Really good vibes. I'm enjoying the vibes. This isn't going to be helpful because I didn't tell anybody that I was going to be streaming right now, but we're getting a nice secondary buy right now in Bitcoin. Hmm. 26% move off the bottom. It does not get any better than that. 26% move. Just awesome. We did great. X, what's up, good? What's up, kid? We're getting a super nice secondary buy signal right now. You see the momentum. A little bit of a burn off, reverse sideways, all the way back down to the zero line right now on Bitcoin. Almost here right now. You'd want to see it turn up right now. It's also a 30-minute bull div right now. 1 hour doesn't look good, but the 4 hour does. So this is the time where I think there's a lot of reasons why this continues. One, that's a hell of a move. And what people think that's just it. I don't think so. You need to let it work sideways. You need to burn off that momentum for the next move higher. We're also inside of the channel again. You go, well, Jared, what is that? Well, the one we've been talking about. Channel reclaim. Now we have defense. That's fine. So I see a lot of reasons why this probably goes higher. Takes out this high at 31. And if we're going to talk about going higher at 31, where do we end up? Yikes, bro. I mean, minimum 36. Minimum 36. Now, we did go 25% in a week. Okay, we went 25% a week. You see this here. But that's what I was trying to say earlier. I don't expect, like, remember, this is what these moves usually look like. All right, my head's kind of in the way. But that's what these moves usually look like. And we look for the pause and momentum. It happened here. Okay, it happened here, right? So these pauses and momentum continually happen, and you have to like have a plan for when they do. So far, this one doesn't look that different, okay, than what I've seen before. So I think that this being lower on the initial push is great, because if we can punch higher, one before the close, it will turn this back to being blue. So it won't be a reversal signal, which is good. But it gives us what we need to get to 36 and to get to the channel high. What I think is the most likely potential outcome is a rip and a shot to the high side, and then it rejects again. I think it's the most likely outcome because now everybody's on board. You know what I mean? Now everybody's on board. Hey, look, we hit the first. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. So we reclaim the channel. It's defending the channel. We burn out the momentum. We have a low time frame divergence while people are scared, while the top buyers are thinking about capitulating. It feels like the right time to punch this thing higher. I don't know if there's anything that bears up, that general idea, but yeah, dude. I mean, look at this. Look at this momentum burn off on the 3-day. It's like, it's not anywhere near a situation where you would be really worried on a high time frame. Like at all. Like I would caution you for this shit, okay? Like when it just turns up, look where we just turned up from. Okay? Price open on that day was 10,700. By the time that move ended, it was 58,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. So seeing the channel reclaim, we're getting a defense of that reclaim. It looks super, super sexy. I mean, it's exactly what you want to see. Not shockingly, the ratio has had some issues here, but that's kind of what you would expect. It was nice to see it kind of jump up. Get this area. I mean, it stopped fucking exactly where we thought it should on the weekly. Look at that thing, man. Look at that. There should be fucking classes devoted to this. I think you'll see a nice breakout. And so from here, where's the stop? I don't know, 0.8, 9.34, whatever it is. But our spot ended up being the exact perfect spot. The exact perfect spot to buy on the ratio. Oh, ratio's bullshit. Yeah, all right. That's fine. Rabble. It lined up like we've been talking about forever. I need to go back and just cut all the clips. I probably could do 25 minutes of me talking about that fucking area. I swear to God I could. I could do 25 minutes of me talking about that area like just after 31K, and people would be like, no way, man. You think it's going to drop that far? Yeah. I do. So what I would say is that this looks like we're going to get like this false secondary move here on the ES. If this turns up, I expect this to not go higher and be a reversal signal. So I don't think you're going to see, I don't think you're going to see something crazy out of this S&P 500. I really don't. Like we've had a pretty big move. We're coming off the ropes here, but like even where the Bollinger Bands are now, it supports a move to like here, just over 4,500. Like not that that's bad. Maybe you could get in at 45.32, whatever. I just don't think the momentum's going to be there, and so that's probably when like this midterm move in Bitcoin runs out, when we run out of smoke. But what would turn me back to being like, oh shit, if this secondary move punches higher from a momentum perspective, so like we make a higher high here in price, you see momentum slip higher, that's going to be outrageously bullish for everybody. I think this channel reclaim makes this a deviation. If this is a deviation, as we've said 1,000 times before, you get a deviation on one side, expect a deviation on the other side if the channel is reclaimed. And so we're sitting still in this area. The thing is, like, I have a bunch of people messaging me too, being like, hey, I think, are we done? Is this it? Like, I don't think it happens till the next, yeah, dude, until the next halvening. Okay, fine. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we don't get like the full on move, but remember the full on move for the next halvening theoretically should be to Bitcoin 6 figures, right? It should be to Bitcoin 6 figures. So if the next moves to Bitcoin six figures, then it's not like us going from 24.8 where we fucking threaded this to 40K is like an enormous move. I mean, it is, but like not in terms of crypto. ETH five figures, on the next move. Well, let's look at it. What the fuck? What do they do with this shit? It's going to hit that line. So it depends on when it happens, right? Is it going to be now? Okay, April of 24. Let's say this thing pops off. I'd say probably 8,000. Probably $8,000 Ethereum on the next run. Yeah, I'll stand by that. I would say probably like 8,000 to 10,000 if you get an overshoot. The thing about that really is this: if you get this kind of punch higher, if it ever happens, which I believe it will, for the reasons we talk about a lot, it pulls the parabolic flip into play. You pull the parabolic flip line into play, and then you can see some crazy shit. I don't think that happens now. I mean, you have to see some crazy ass adoption for that to happen. But I think, I think we'd all be thrilled with $8,000 Ethereum, right? I'm actually a little bit shocked at how much Ethereum's been lagging this. I'm a little shocked, but that just kind of speaks to the power of Bitcoin right now. And I know I'm jumping around like crazy, but the power of Bitcoin right now is pretty strong, and for good purpose, right? Like the headlines are BlackRock files for Bitcoin ETF. Like it doesn't say Bitcoin files for, BlackRock files for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. So like there's going to be a secondary play here. And I think that you'll start to get an idea on when that's going to be when you start to see this bottom out. I just posted in the Discord server a little bit ago. Somebody said this has like a pretty obvious, it was RK. RK said this has a pretty obvious endpoint, wait on here at 0.049. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that 0.055 would be really strong. So you'll probably see support start to come in here. And that would be a good rotational time, right? Like I own all Bitcoin right now. I have, probably 20 Ethereum. But not a shitload of it. Like I mainly have Bitcoin because I think that's where the move comes from. So if you see this start to break down and then support start to come in here on this right shoulder, we actually start to try to form the right shoulder of an inverse head and shoulders on the fucking weekly, you rotate. And I'll be talking about it. I'll be talking about it like crazy. So you're not going to miss it if you're tuning in. If you don't tune in, then I hope you do miss it and you die a horrible and poor death. Staked ETH surpasses 23 million in June. That's pretty strong, guys. That is pretty strong. If you joined a little bit late, I was saying that on the 4 hour, you're seeing secondary momentum pickups right now. So this is what typically happens. 6 month, 8 Winnie. Holy shit, man, where you been, bro? It's been like a year since I've seen your ass around here. 6 month bull div on BTC. I'll take a look in a second. On the RSI or the MACD? If I recall, you were an RSI guy. But anyway, from a short-term trend perspective, this was the reversal that made us go, all right, let's pump our brakes a little bit. And then you saw it start to kind of move sideways back down to zero. So the MACD getting back to zero, if we pulled up now, that'd be outrageously bullish. Like outrageously bullish. Okay. So if you saw this start to turn up here, That actually goes hand in hand with a 30-minute div that's about to confirm in 25 minutes. That would be a 30-minute bull div. You'll see that move, okay? Break through the 50, break through this local high, flip the 50 to support, and then off we go. That's how this will work, if I'm right. And let's be honest, I'm right all the fucking time. All right, 6-month bull div. Yeah, you must on my BTC. Yeah, you must be talking about the RSI. That's fine. I mean, that works for me, dude. It's not my bag personally. I don't love that, but I would like very much to see this right shoulder put in, which really could be anywhere down to like here on Ethereum, and then you'll see some just like, oh god, some magical shit. Believe it or not, this structure is very productive. Like this high level consolidation right here after this huge move off the bottom. It's very constructive. We've gone through so much incredible news driven events. Like for example, I have this on my chart. This is what the March of 20 COVID crash looked like on ETH-BTC right here. Okay. That's it's like barely even fucking negligible. It's like nothing. Obviously a lot came after that. DeFi summer and NFTs, and people bought apes and they're idiots and, mortgaged their house for JPEGs and shit. But all built on Ethereum. Then you saw this up here. It got really wild. Like look at these months. This is when you start to see and you start to understand that like a market is maturing. This is the sign of a market maturing right here. You see this huge breakout and these massive swings up and down, and then things start to get tighter. And then you start to form little support areas, and just the ATR, if you will. It's hard to say that on a weekly chart, but the average trading range just gets tighter and tighter. It's becoming a more mature market. That means that bigger players are screwing around with it versus the volatility you saw through here in 21, which is great. We stopped where we should have. We tried it twice. Okay, that's the high side. Here's the low side. Let's put it in. Let's shoot for 0.10. Zed, what's good, my guy? What's good? It even looks productive as fuck here. Like really solid. It's these levels, guys. Like these are the ones that you should have marked on your like. If you don't pay for TradingView, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably poor, which is fine, dude. People can be poor. I'm just saying that you're not. Just fucking get a service that will text you. Yeah, Masari, I told you, dude, Masari's legit. So like, that's the level here, this 0.082, it will be like a breakthrough here. That's going to send us like atmospheric over 0.1, right? The flippening. You'll see all those stupid ass people. You'll see a dude coming up from Bankless. He'll be crying on his podcast again. It'll be insufferable, but we'll all be rich. So, you can buy a lot of happiness, with money. People say money doesn't buy happiness, which in some degrees is true. Yeah, I mean, that guy's a Hufflepuff. Whatever. I remember that one time that I was on Ledger's stream with him and I was like, yeah, this guy sucks. But anyway, it's setting up exactly like you'd expect. And again, I'll just continue taking my victory laps here. We called this rejection perfectly. People didn't believe me. ETH to the moon, bro, whatever. We got it right. What is this? All right, yeah. Hold on. It's better not be like porn or something. Come on, dude. You got to give me a flashbang warning. You can't do that shit to me. If I knew how to mute somebody, I would mute you for that flashbang. Like, minute. But I don't know how to, so you're fine. And you're my guy, but still. Yeah, I mean, we're even starting to see it. You're starting to see deviations right now. on Ethereum. The move to Ethereum happens soon. I would want to see daily pull up though. Look at this dude. Just like we called this area. It's gonna struggle above 069. And look at the momentum. It's been down only ever since. It's hysterical. Link, found it. Thank God. Came off the bottom. That was nice to see. So we want to see this channel defense. Like I usually give you guys a couple steps or a couple things that I'm watching. This is really what I'm watching. I almost jokingly said last week after we caught the bottom low where I was like, it'd be really nice if we could close back inside this channel. And I kind of said it like, I don't expect it to happen, but it'd be sweet if we did. And we fucking did. Oh, RGO, man. I got to tell you. I'll talk about golf in a second. I won money, I'll say that. So that's good, but I did not win. The reclaim on a single week off this like hot stove reaction is awesome. It's so good. It's so good. And for us to hammer inside and close, I just don't think you're going to see like an instant turnaround. Like, oh, just kidding, guys. We're going to see you later. So for that reason, this like defense of the channel, this regaining of the channel, this high level consolidation, a bunch of people have been saying to me like, hey, does this move over? Like, am I too late? Well, one, like if you actually watch my stream, you should have been fucking long, dude. I told you when I was going to long. I gave you the levels to set alerts. If you didn't go long, I mean, have fun staying poor. But this would be a second place where you could consider a long. You don't necessarily have to do it now, but I'll tell you, this is where the stops would be. Okay. If you don't want to take this now, it's fine. You don't have to. You can see where the selling has been occurring. It's been occurring above this line. Okay. It's been occurring above 30.7. So if you see this rally off this high level consolidation and kind of move up the channel line, the minute you see a powerful punch above 30.7, pretty good likelihood that that's going to be the move. And I expect that to happen. Yeah, you saw Wick 1, Wick 2, Wick 3, Wick 4, John Wick 4, which are fine. I don't think there's enough there yet to be like, oh, clearly distribution. It is distribution. That's what you saw. But whenever you have a move off the bottom that quickly, it doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me. So that's what I'm looking for. If you saw this area like surrendered, like 30K purely surrendered down, I would consider getting out of the room a little bit, but we're long from so long ago. We can just watch this thing play out. It's the most important thing I could ever teach you guys, man. If you don't get it yet, I don't know what to tell you. You have to become good at getting entries. And like, I've given you fucking entries. I've given you the way to get entries. I've given you the way to set your stops. Like, it's out of control how many times I've given you fucking money entries, because you know what I can do now? Nothing. I don't care. This could retrace. This could retrace 50%. And we would still be up 11%. So I don't really give a shit. I expect it to happen. I expect not the retrace. I expect us to move higher. But if we get some sort of like, wick down into this area, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. You can see what they, and by they I mean people who paint structures, are trying to do. They're trying to make this look like a double top. And it might be a double top. On a high enough time frame, I guess. Nah, I mean, yeah, maybe. It'd be super sus. Remember last time we got to turn up off the bottom. Here, it was blue for 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, fuck, I'll just do the dates. November to May. It was 6 months. It was 6 months of positive momentum until it rolled over. When it rolled over, whatever. So, I am very optimistic that this move is not over. I like what I'm seeing here, defending the channel, even though it's not looking ideal at the moment. 4-hour momentum reset, 30-minute div, which it's trying to surrender right now back, but we'll see what happens. And then the next play, for those of you who are like, fuck, I missed it, oh my god. Jared, why do I always miss these moves? Fuck. You're going to take my car away. The move you want to nail next is the rotation to Ethereum. It's going to happen. I just don't know when. So we have to keep our head on a swivel. We have to see when this strength starts to come. Do not come. Do not come. It was very clear down here. Like, we saw... How can I not make this bigger? Jesus Christ. There we go. You see the same sort of reversal signals on the ETH BTC. So you want to see these things start to move. So if you missed the first move, don't miss the second move. I strongly urge you. I'll be talking about it, but, you know, I also just talked about Bitcoin for months, and a lot of people were on the sideline for this one. So what do you do? Arjo, so how did the golf go? Yeah, not great. Didn't win. My partner forgot how to play golf. So this is a 2-man event, and that was not fun. I did, however, play really, really well personally. Played really well personally. Had a ton of birdies, man. I was like doing all sorts of crazy shit. I had hit a couple like 345 drives. Made some nasty birdies. And the nice thing is there's like a betting portion to this golf event, and the guys that knocked us out when they beat us, I was like, those fucking guys are gonna win it, and I put money on them, and they won it. So even though I did not win, I had a good weekend. I also got hammered after we were eliminated, which was fun. Like college level hammered. Yeah. I mean, this high level consolidation on Ethereum, we got here. I'll load my handy dandy SPX VIX chart, because you can see what I mean by, like, it looks like it's going to put in a double top based on, God, that fucking noise, based on where the Bollinger Band is now. So if you get this punch forward, it looks like it's going to put in a double top. If it does, oh yeah, dude, golf's a great time. Golf's actually exceedingly difficult. Exceedingly difficult. I love playing, like, one of the guys I played against this weekend played for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's so funny watching these guys that were, like, professional high-level athletes in other sports, like, get their ass beat by someone like me. It was pretty funny. Because it's hard. So, yeah, that's kind of what I expect to happen. You're going to see this kind of scallop process off the 50 and probably through the end of this week. And I have not looked at this in a hot minute. What do we got next on the economic calendar? Fuck, man. Oh, Jesus. Wait, is he talking? He talked this morning? What did he say? You got a speech tomorrow, too? All right, well, we're going to figure out what the fuck he said. But yeah, July 5th, the day after my birthday. Let's go. You'll have the FOMC minutes. That would be the next thing. And then it's going to be a pretty nice month. I mean, we have the inflation rate, the core rate, but then they're not going to do shit until July 26th. July 26th. That's pretty good. That's a nice little run. So I guess what I would say to kind of pull this full circle here, the runway is there. Like, the runway is there for this thing to go higher. Dude, if this thing do you guys hear that? That beep? That's not just me, right? You guys can hear that too? Do you just have a high-pitched beep? Okay, you hear it. Fuck. What is that? It's absolutely brutal. God damn. It's the TradingView alert? I have them silenced. Oh my God. It's horrendous. All right, well, if anybody knows how to turn that shit off, Highlander just messaged me because Highlander forgot how to get into Twitch. He messaged me on Telegram. Hey man, it's your alerts. Okay. So I just have to. Oh, fancy. Dude, the number of alerts that I have set, insane. I also have automated alerts for all of you who are like, you should make your... The alert says buy Doge. Does it? Remember the we are fucked? Yeah, that was a good one too. What's very interesting about this move is exactly what we did not want to have happen is happening on the DXY. Like it's putting in the right shoulder. It's putting in the right shoulder on the inverse head and shoulder. And it's trying to move higher. And we're still moving pretty well. Dollar sees support from hawkish pile comments. Well, I guess that makes that less of a mystery. The dollar index Wednesday rose by almost 0.5% as the market focused on Fed Chair Powell's comment that he would not at all rule out 2 consecutive rate hikes. What the fuck is this guy doing? The markets are only discounting 1 25 basis rate hike through the year end. Central bank chiefs spoke Wednesday at a policy conference held by the ECB in Sinatra, Portugal. These guys have a fucking great job, dude. All they do is travel around the world and like talk to super rich people and just fuck with the mass markets. Powell said, policy hasn't been restricted for very long, so we believe there's more restriction coming. Fuck you. ECB European Central Bank President Lagarde said in a response to a question that the ECB is not considering a pause in interest rate hikes. She said another rate hike at their next meeting in July is very likely. Bank of England Governor Bailey said, we have a job to do, and the BO will do what's necessary to bring inflation down. You know, it'd be super duper though if dude had actually taken out what's his name, Putin. That'd have been pretty great. That'd have been super duper. If Wagner had taken out Putin, that'd have been pretty nice. Buy Doge. There is the old buy Doge. Missed it, dude. Fell off. 0.0, dude. 0.05 Doge. Pretty good. Doge will rise again. Remember, that's the sign of large cap alt season. Okay, large fucking meme alt season. Looks like Juno found some support. Highlander is trying to get Jake to come on from Juno and talk in a couple weeks. Sounds like he's agreed to. So not next week. Did I? Well, Dan, I need you to become the show stenographer and just tell me shit that I said. If you could, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd been nice. Yeah, so Highlander says Jake's coming. So 2 weeks, not the following week, because next week's my birthday week. I got family in town still. My parents are back in Michigan now, seeing friends and family. They were here through this morning. So I got like a week off, and they're coming back for my daughter's baptism and my birthday. So after that, we'll get Jake on, and if you got questions about Juno, man, we're going to get some answers. Hopefully we can put together, like a highlight video of that conversation, get it out there, get people interested again, and, save our bags. I don't think that, we're like, all jokes aside, I don't really care about the price action of Juno. I know many of you do, including many of my friends who are like, text me, who are like, should I just dump this shit, man? And I'm like, sure, if you want, go for it. My outlook has not changed on Juno. I do get annoyed at times about things and like some of the petulance, but if they do what they set out to do, Juno's going to be just fine. Yeah, it's not worth dumping now. So I'm here. I'm going to ride with it, dude. I lost more in paper profits on Juno than almost all of you have in your bank accounts, like ever. from crypto. So don't look at me and be like, this fucking guy. Like a lot of you know my wallet, dude. Go look. What I did do is like when it was really high, I was selling like $2,500 a day. So that I did in just yield because I was like, it's too much. Got to keep going. But never unstaked and like dropped a swath. So anyway, I'm still absolutely floored that BNB is holding. Floored, I say. Yeah. So anyway, I like where we are. Obviously, hopefully everybody's happy. We nailed the bottom. I think we're going to get a breakout to 36 at the very least over the coming weeks. Probably into some sort of like ETF decision. And that's going to add a whole different group of people who are interesting. Staking was a mistake. It was for you. It wasn't for me when I first bought at $7. And then it went up to 40, whatever. And I was, like I said, getting more than my initial investment in daily yield. But you know, you got to play that shit the right way. I apologize if it didn't work out. Hopefully, dude, a lot of people played this shit perfectly too. So, first cycle things for you, Dan. First cycle things. Never again. Or stake peace. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. They had a lot to overcome. Anything you guys want me to look at, I'm certainly happy to. Like, hopefully this still works. Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake, Jared. I misclicked. It's pretty awesome. Wow, this is atrocious. Why is this even an option? That's fine. So seeing these guys start to come off the mat in terms of like the DeFi perps or whatever it is really good. It's what we need to see happen. Now, obviously it's turned down already, but this like move off the bottom for DeFi, very nice. And I expect it to continue to happen. I really do. And those are the only tips we're going to get throughout this entire thing is we will get tips for how things are going based off when you see entire segments move. Okay. The other thing is I tweeted it out yesterday and then I unsent the tweet, but you know Ledger is has his NFT site. And I tweeted out very quickly about a profile thing they're doing on Flip. I'll see if I can pull it up. Yeah, here we go. I don't want you to see mine. And it's pretty interesting. So like you can, you know, set your socials up here. You can have like some of your NFT art up here. I have one of my Pudgies as my current profile picture, which I think is pretty sweet. And yeah, so here's the link. You should go set up your profile. They're about to go live with it. I've been a beta tester forever for that, but you know, I think it's going to be an interesting thing where you can see, you know, people trade. You can follow different communities. You can see different wallets. This is obviously one of my public wallets. Crypto's hilarious. These Chimera I think are gorgeous. There you go. Total equity. I got 21 ETH in NFTs on this wallet. So it's pretty sweet. I think it's going to be an interesting idea. I think they're going to try to get people to sign up. I think there's a point system. I don't know if there's going to be any sort of like tokenized drops or whatever it may be. But you should give it a go. You should give it a go. You should give it a go. All right. A little bit later in the day, a little bit later stream in the day. I'm still going to try to get on. Yeah, XRP for sure. For sure. Yeah, D. So, D, that's a good question. Give me 1 second. Let me do the XRP stuff. XRP, as I like to call it. and then I will answer your question because I have a very hot take on this. By the way, remember when I was like, there's no fucking way it's going to break out here? Didn't break out. I like what I'm seeing out of XRP, like this little bait. I mean, what was the ruling? Hold on. XRP sees ultra bullish use cases after Colombia Central Bank taps Ripple to pilot central bank digital currency. All right, I mean, it'd be better if it was something different than, the Coke capital of the world, but we'll take what we can get. It's not bad. The big thing is like, this will be your tip. All right. It'll be this chart. You'll see that the real move is on when you see shit happening here. XRP versus BTC or versus Ethereum, it doesn't matter. And here, I don't see anything special yet. So even though the USDC chart looks okay, I don't look at this and immediately go like, oh, fuck, man, I got to get in. Like, I really don't. This is low. It's kind of just like moving sideways, not doing anything that's making me say, you should totally get a position because you're going to miss out on something fucking huge. And it's happening here too. So when the move does happen, like I said before, it's easy to see 80 cents. It's easy to see $1. It's easy to even potentially see $1.30, $1.40. If they get the ruling that they want, then it opens up new things. So that's what I see about XRP. I don't necessarily think it's imminent, but you got to be on the lookout. So if you want to watch this and want to make sure you don't get left behind, this chart, XRP USDT or whatever, I have this on a monthly chart. You can look weekly. You can do whatever you want. Probably the weekly chart. But then XRP versus Bitcoin, and you'll get what you need. I will. Here's what I'll do. I'll do my outro while I answer D's question. Okay. It is incumbent upon. Yeah, dude. Right. No, Flash. Totally. Okay. I understand where you're coming from entirely. So what I would say is my expectation, particularly with BlackRock, Fidelity, Deutsche Bank, those types of places getting involved, there's going to be capital influx. It's going to be more highly regulated. And if it happens the way that it should, I expect that the next move will be just as big as this one. It's going to be incumbent on some innovation, roll-ups becoming better, AI integrating seamlessly, seeing things like what's happening on Polygon come to fruition. But I think that's all going to happen. I really do. And I think Bitcoin is going to be the one that punches it. And this is the time that you'll see it get through six figures, maybe 100, 120K, 180K. I don't know. So I do think the next one's going to be just as big as this one. I think that you can look at this chart and go, all right, if it happens, if there's the halvening next year and it keeps moving higher, there you go. 100, 115, 120K, and then all rolls downhill. All right, I got to go, boys. I'll talk to you.